UFC 322, Islam Makhachev versus Jack Della Maddalena, happening in Madison Square Gardens, Sunday 16 November, due to walk out at 7 a.m. in the morning. Okay, there's going to be a prediction video for up and coming UFC 322 event. So I'm going to start with, on the prelims headlining it, Bo Nickel versus Rodolfo Vieira. Bo Nickel's coming off of a loss against Renier de Ridder. It's not looking good for him. We know he was fraud checked by Renier de Ridder in the second round. He was doing good with the wrestling, but Renier just stood up like we all thought he would, and he just pieced him up with a nice combo, and he ended it in just 1 minute and 53 seconds. So we know Bo Nickel's kryptonite is the stand-up, and Rodolfo is good with his boxing and striking. But I think if Bo Nickel can take him down, then I don't think Rodolfo, his takedown defense is that good. So I think Bo's going to, his ground control is going to win him the bout. I think if he doesn't submit him, he's just going to win by control time in all 5 rounds. Okay, so I'm going to go with Bo to win against Rodolfo. Okay, then hopping over to the main event, the first match, Beneil Dariush against Benoit Saint-Denis. I'm going to go with Benoit Saint-Denis. Now, Benoit Saint-Denis is coming off a win against Rufi, which was a nice submission in round 2. But Beneil Dariush is also coming off a win against Roy McConaughey. Now, beating McConaughey is not really impressive since Islam Makhachev defeated him in 1 week's notice for the title in round 1 by submission. So McConaughey is not really a threat to anyone, but Dariush did lose to Arman Sarukian 2023. And he also lost to Charles Oliveira. So he's losing against the gatekeepers, and that's not what we want. But up against Benoit Saint-Denis, I think Benoit Saint-Denis his striking is very underrated, and he's really making a name for himself. I think what set him back in the past was losing against Dustin Poirier in 2024. But ever since then, he's gone on to win. I mean, well, not really, because he did lose immediately after to McConaughey. Yeah. But still, I think he's going to win against Benoit Dariush, just because I think he's testing them all, and his win against Rufi was quite impressive. So I think everyone now knows he has power and the submission skills. And I think Dariush is just out of his prime, so I'm going to go with Benoit Saint-Denis to win. Alright, and then hopping on to the next match on the main event, it's going to be Leon Edwards against Carlos Prates. Now I'm really hoping that Carlos Prates doesn't kill Leon Edwards, because Leon Edwards is not doing good right now in his career. Going on 2 losses, concurrently running first against Sean Brady and then previously against, forget the name, I don't know, Bilal. And losing against Bilal is very, very bad, because Bilal is just weak. But then losing against Sean Brady just by submission, it really paints Sean in a very good light, and that is why Sean is ranked high on the main event. But I don't think Leon is going to even touch Pralos to secure any points. I think Carlos's kickboxing is just another level, and he's win against Neil by that TKO round 1. I think that was by an elbow to the head. Oh, that was scary. But Prates has showcased many of his skills in incredible fashion, and I think his distance leg kicks are just going to wear down Leon Edwards' calves. If he goes to an upper, like a head kick, that might just seal the deal quick. So I am banking on Carlos to win by, I think, round 2, at the least round 2. And he's going to make it look very, very easy. Okay, then what this video is really about is the main event. Jack Della Maddalena defending his title against Islam Makhachev, who previously was lightweight champion of the world, but then vacated to then move up to welterweight to secure a double title. So I think I'm no stranger here by saying that Islam Makhachev is just gonna get the belt. He's just gonna get it, because Jack Della Maddalena is not gonna really put up a fight. I mean, he's good. He's very good. He hasn't never lost in the UFC. He's undefeated. He does have 2 losses. If you were to check his record, it's 18-2. Those 2 losses were his very first 2 fights ever professionally, and ever since then he's gone on to win. And you might think that's impressive, but if we just hop over to Islam Makhachev's record, he has 27-1, and that one was his first ever UFC fight, and he lost that. But ever since then, he's gone on to win, and he has a 15-fight win streak, all fights won in the UFC. I could spend another hour shining his boots, but let's get back to the prediction. I think that Jack Della Maddalena is a bit more precise on his boxing. I'll put him up on the Ilia Topuria level tier of boxing. He's very, very good. And his takedown defense is good. He can roll out of submissions quite well. But when it comes to Islam Makhachev, and when he grabs you, he takes you down, and there's really nothing you can do. His takedown is so good. And he's striking, his head kicks are apparently there. Like, watch out for those high head kicks, because they're apparently quite dangerous. So Jack Della Maddalena has a lot to be worried about. But what he should be worried about the most is the takedowns, because even if he tries to stand up, Islam will just take him back down again. He has to look out for all these chokes. Islam loves his Dar strokes. You must look out for everything, and standing up after you get taken down all the time wears you down, expends your energy. Of course, the same can be said for Islam Makhachev taking him down, but if you get to a point where you just hums at it and just use your weight to then, like bear hug him, then the other guy is exerting all of the pressure. So I believe that Islam is going to win round 1, probably just by, he'll test the waters with the stand up, and then he'll move on to the takedown, try and get him down. If he takes him down and he keeps him, they're just going to keep him there. Try and look for submission. If he can't get it in round 1, he will try again in round 2. But I think round 1 and round 2 are going to be for Makhachev. JDM might pick up 1 round. That's if the fight stays on the feet and Islam doesn't see any chances for a takedown. Then I think JDM will just win, because his boxing combinations are quite good and his head movement is really, really good. It's going to be a very tough fight for Islam Makhachev, but I think he'll pull it off very, very easily. He's now heavier than he used to be, 155, and now fighting at 171. He's put on way more muscle mass. This is the heaviest we've ever seen Islam Makhachev. He's going to be a bit slower with the added, pounds, but he's going to have more power. So, with that being said, I believe that Islam Makhachev will secure the victory. And yeah, that's my predictions for UFC 322.